Warning, the following fanfiction has barnacle rape, zombie rape, and headcrab rape. Listen at your own risk. Black Mesa Disaster by Comic Snicks. The author. Hi, peoples. I don't own Half-Life, but Valve does. Maybe I'll get a plumber job. This is my first video game fanfic. I already wrote some comics fic, but video game fics are cool too. You don't have a lot of plot to deal with, but you can put different things. Half-Life is my favorite game, after Deus Ex. Maybe I do some Deus Ex fanfic in the future, but for now, have a good Half-Life, stupid fucking winky face. Barney Calhoun's friend, John Nalicious, was patrolling Black Mesa's scientific lab when it all happened. Monster invaded the complex and started to eat all of his colleagues. John didn't know what to do, 'cause he was just a guard and had no training battling aliens. Barney! Oh my god, there are monsters everywhere!
Calm down, John. We will get out of here.
Them John walked on an elevator, but when Barney were coming in, it started to move upwards. Barney!
John, be calm. We'll catch you up three.
John didn't know, but monsters activated the elevator to eat him. Barney then started to run stairs up to catch John and don't let him die. But head crabs were on the way.
Shit, what are these things?
Barney shoot them with his handgun and their inner organs exploded like a meat pie.
You monster.
John's elevator was reaching the end of the facility, and he could hear monsters growling for his flesh. They're gonna kill, I must do something, cried John. He looked to the ground of the elevator and started to shoot his gun, opening a hole. This is my escape way, so John entered the hole, but there was nowhere to jump, only the elevator shaft. The elevator then reached the last floor. I'm fucked, thought John. Where the fuck is Barney? That bastard! John then saw some cables beneath the elevator, so he grabbed one of the cables and waited. The door opened. The monster entered and started to smell his scent. What am I going to do? The monster then followed the smell. It was an alien slave. John saw his foot when it passed over the hole. It's my time! He grabbed the monster foot and pulled him on the hole. And John threw him on the hole to his final fate. I'm saved. But when John got out of the hole, a head crab was there, and it jumped on his face. The head crab started to eat his nose, ejaculating acid on his eyes, melting them in a mixture of blood, pus, and rotten acid liquid. Ah, my eyes, I can't see! The John picked his gun and shoot the head crab on the head. Bam! He then started to touch the walls to guide himself through the complex. He had no eyes anymore, but he was down on his luck. A barnacle was well over him and its tongue caught John. What's this crap? John started to shoot in every direction, but only when the barnacle caught his leg he knew where it was. It hit on the barnacle's mouth. John started to fire his gun on it. The monster expelled toxic weight through the bullet holes, and they caught on John's hair. My hair, oh my god, I'm balding! The John shoot the thing for good and felt on the ground. The barnacle had eaten his left leg, but luckily his gastric juices staunched the blood loss. John then started to drag himself, not knowing what was before him. He lost much blood, but he was strong, very strong. What should I do? John thought not know the zombie walking on his way. The zombie started to pull its pants off, and his rotten penis was hanging on his pelvis like a dead crow's corpse. The zombie then managed to pull his member on John's ass. Ah, my butt! John tried to fire, but had no more bullets. The zombie went on with his evil intent, juggling his dead rod inside John's now rolled-up ass. Blood was spraying ill over the zombie rotten body, but John didn't know that it was a zombie trailing him. Is it you, Barney? No response, but John tried to free himself from the monster shaking his body and his butt. That didn't quite work, because the monster got more excited. After the 10-minute of thrusting, the monster reached his climax, and then ejaculated inside John. Ah, my fucking ass! The cum inside John was pure... The cum inside John was pure caustic acid, and it started to consume him inside out, destroying his internal organs. But John was lucky that day because the monster was too exhausted and satisfied. It fell dead over John. Remember, kids, if you ever see a zombie, let it fuck you in the ass. You'll survive. This monster's cum isn't something normal because it's elastic. If he lived, the cum would glue itself inside John, and the two were destined to be glued forever. What? Ooh. But the monster died with a lot of contractions on his penis. This caused the cum to turn back and seed the zombie's body. John had no eyes, no leg, and no rectum anymore, but he managed to continue on his journey towards salvation. The problem was that he couldn't keep his feces inside his body anymore, so they started to let out a trail of shit where John has passed. He knew it was dangerous, but he wouldn't let any monsters track him. John was dragging himself when he heard a sound. It's people! He went to help them. The people started to scream. "Oh my God, the zombies are wrapping everyone!" cried a scientist. The same scientist got penetrated by a head crab, who managed to enter his rectum and move inside his frail body. It got out through the mouth. He died. John started to move faster and faster, but it was too late. Every one of the 300 scientists hitting were wrapped to death by the zombies. All of the zombies died, noted John. Apparently they are weak against humans' ass. John had an idea. He must find enough asses, so the monsters eat them and die from extreme pleasure, but where he could find a lot of asses. He then remembered a machine they were testing at a lab. He went there fighting monster along the way. He got better at fighting, knowing where to shoot the monster right into the weak spot. He found them the lab. This is a place where they replicate organic matter. John managed to pull his controllers and activated the machine. He must be quick, because all monsters are following his shit trail towards the lab. He had little time left, so he activated the machine and put the command, "Make 2 million copies." John entered the machine. It started to make copies of himself. Then the monsters arrived and destroyed the doors to the lab. But John was lucky, because his living copies were being ejected from the machine at a high rate per second. The monsters liked and started making out with the Johns. They were all nude, because the machine only copied organic matter. But it doesn't matter. It worked. All the monsters started to die in pleasure and lust, and the Johns too. But John knew he saved Black Mesa because he had a physics degree, and his calculus was exact. There was no monster anymore. John killed them all with his copies. He could even pick one leg and a pair of eyes from one of the Johns that was still alive. He would be a new man again. Barney then entered the room.
"John, you're alive. Thank God."
"You're late, Barney. I almost died."
"Oh my God, John, a head crab got you, didn't it?"
"Yes, but why's that?" Barney shoot him in the head and killed John before he could turn into a zombie, but Barney knew he wouldn't be a rest. There was a clone John left.
"Hey, Clone John, want a job?"
"What kind, partner?"
"Security job."
"Well, this place is a mess. Okay, the janitors are going to clean everything, don't they?"
"Yeah, John. You was born with a good sense of humor, just like John."
They all lived happily ever after. Clone John got a job, Barney got a promotion, and Black Mesa cleaned the mess. The other surviving Johns got janitor jobs, but they were happy. They have clothes now. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos. They're also things, and have a happy summer sale. Steam has a lot of games on sale you can buy. You could buy Half-Life and reenact this story in Gmod if you want. I don't know. Have fun.